And so when people, I've had friends ask like, do you ever get like really just burnt out or just tired of doing what you're doing or whatever? Yeah, that stuff comes. But honestly, with every time I reach a point where I'm like, all right, I accomplished that, or I reach a level where I'm like, oh gosh, this is the worst. There are days where I call my wife. I'm like, hey, I hate my job today. Mm-hmm. I just need to say it and get it out of my system, and then I'm back on it. And then like the next day I wake up and I'm hungry again. And I'm like, all right, I'm on a mission. Awesome. I'm going to accomplish some stuff. And so like you have to be at that level where you just say, no matter what, I'm after it. And you just keep going.
Yep.
I watched an interview with Dr. Dre, I think. And they were launching their label or something. They're getting interviewed about their label.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were like, how did you guys get your label off the ground? And he's like, the genius thing we did? It was we didn't quit.
I love it.
That was the genius thing.
Yes.
We just kept going. Every time something got in our way, we just kept going. And we just were like,
Brian, you've said this a lot in the years that we've known each other. Brian's always really good. He's bringing in lots of awesome words to describe what we do. Mm-hmm. And like stick-to-itiveness is one of the words that I always remember Brian saying, like, we just gotta keep showing up. Like, and there's been a lot of, times and days and weeks and even months. For example, last year, just alone last year, like how many days did we wake up and still excited to come in to do this entrepreneurial business together?
Well, first off, shout out to my dad who gave me that one.
The stick-to-itiveness.
That was him. It's this idea of the potential that's there, what it can become. And like what Corey was saying, being able to build a life that's so much bigger than maybe even you can imagine by being a business owner, being an entrepreneur and building it yourself versus going to work for somebody else. You're never going to get there that way.
No.
The joy and the fulfillment that comes from seeing something grow, after hitting the wall, I don't know how many times, like that didn't work. And, it's kind of like the evolution of our podcast here in our studio. Like just there were so many points along the way. Jay, I know you'll agree with me
totally.
that we were like, it's not working. We should just put this away. Oh, compliance, previous companies that we worked for before we started our own mortgage company.
Yeah.